Yeah, my name is Omar Moin Malik, and I'm the director for strategy and product development and payments at easypaisa. I've been with easypaisa since day one. So back in 2008, when we started working on the license and getting a license from the state bank, and then of course easypaisa was the first branchless banking service to be launched in 2009. Okay, so I'll start with the background and tell you, the need for easypaisa and how we actually stumbled upon a solution for financial inclusion. So if you take a look at Pakistan, we have now a population of about 180 million plus, roughly about 100 million adults in the country, but yet only 15 million are banked. The majority of Pakistanis remain unbanked. And there are multiple reasons for that. One of the reasons is that there are only about 11,000 bank branches in the country, and very few of them are in the rural areas. So people don't have access to a bank branch, and those who do have access, the banks have actually made it quite difficult for you to open an account, and so they draw an artificial line, and they determine who their profitable customers are. So my cook at home, for example, probably would not walk into a bank branch and open an account because it's just too cumbersome for him. They ask for a lot of documentation, etc., etc. So the majority of Pakistanis are outside of the banking system. Hence, the majority of the money in this country is outside of the banking system. So we don't know who has it. We don't know where it's coming from. We don't know how it's being spent or what it's being spent for. And then of course we have other issues in this country, right? We have very low taxation, we have terrorist financing, we have money laundering, etc., etc. And then when we saw this problem statement, we saw another opportunity. The opportunity was that more than 100 million SIMs active in the country, and just about everybody having a mobile phone in their hand. So we said, look, yeah, they're already using this mobile phone for a plethora of things: voice calls, SMS, email, video, radio, etc., etc. Why can't we have banking happen on these phones as well? So that's the idea. The idea was provide mobile banking or mobile financial services on the mobile phone for the customer. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. When we launched the People back in 2009, this was a very, very new concept for them, easypaisa. So they सबसे बड़ा challenge हमें जो आया था वो trust का आया था. Yeah, people do trust banks like HBL and UBL and XYZ, but would they trust a service like easypaisa? Which is why we carried out massive advertising and marketing, if you remember. And its prime purpose ही यही था to build trust amongst the people of Pakistan, and to convey to them that there are two trustworthy organizations right behind easypaisa. There's Tamir Microfinance Bank, one of the largest microfinance banks in the country, and then there's of course Telenor Pakistan, the second largest telco, and both players have been operating in Pakistan for some time. So trust was a very, very important aspect that we wanted to build within the easypaisa brand. Well, primarily we have a lot of investment and a lot of development done in-house as well, and then we have some of the state-of-the-art technology solutions. So Fundamo or Visa का एक platform हम लोग use करते हैं for our mobile money services. There are a lot of core platforms that we use within the bank in itself. So the bill payment services or the banking switch that connects to all the other banks, etc. And then there's a lot of development that we've done in-house as well for all the new services and that we rolled out. Okay, so easypaisa on the overall supports the local economy in multiple ways. Well, फर्स्टली हमारे यहाँ पे एक तो इन्वेस्टमेंट होती है एक नए प्रोडक्ट के अंदर, एक नई सर्विस के अंदर, एक कैटेगरी बिल्ड होगी, राइट? सो नाउ वी हैव अ कैटेगरी कॉल्ड easypaisa. Branchless banking by default is called easypaisa. And then think about the number of people employed. So of course, I'm not just talking about the people within easypaisa or similar services. All the agents across the country. So there are about 150,000 agents which are actually now doing mobile money services, and then we have a supporting team. So there are thousands of people who are actually working to support services like easypaisa across Pakistan on a daily basis. Now all of these people, I mean, एक तो ये employment opportunity generate होती है, सारा कुछ होता है, but we are very happy that we actually cut down on the inefficiencies in this country also, because what we do is we digitize physical cash, and physical cash is very cumbersome to carry, it's very expensive, there are a lot of problems with it, there's theft, there's fraud, there's counterfeit notes, there's inadequate cash available at some locations, whatnot. What we are providing is instant, convenient, secure transactions. Every transaction is secure with a PIN code. So any customer who moves money from point A to point B can rest assured कि यार वो safely पैसे पहुंच जाएंगे वहाँ से. So really what was needed was an instant, online, secure payment method. And we said, why can't we use an easypaisa product over here? And so that is why we built EasyPay. EasyPay is Pakistan's first completely online, secure, instant payment mechanism, where we provide a bundle of payment options to online merchants and their customers, and we make it as secure, as convenient as possible for the customers to make their payments. As a background to this question, of course, I mean, how has easypaisa been taken up in the market? Let me just give you an example. When we launched easypaisa back in 2009, तो हमारी जो मनी ट्रांसफ़र की सर्विस थी, when you send money from one shop to the other shop, एक शनाख्ती कार्ड से दूसरे शनाख्ती कार्ड पे आप पैसे भेजते थे. We saw that a lot of these online merchants started using our money transfer service. Now this service was built primarily for a person-to-person payments, and hence State Bank has imposed a limit over there, 15,000 rupee limit. But आप किसी भी ऑनलाइन शॉप पे आज भी चले जाएं तो वहाँ पे वो लिखेगा जी पेमेंट एक्सेप्टेड बाय easypaisa. Now why is that happening is because whether you like it or not, easypaisa is one of the most convenient mechanisms to collect money. But then of course the service we use कर रहे हैं was a P2P transaction and not really built for that. If I used that transaction, I would make the payment, then I would get a transaction ID, then I would call the e-commerce shop and say यार ये transaction ID है, वो अपने order ID से tag कर देते हैं and so on and so forth. But any e-commerce site you go to in Pakistan uses easypaisa. What we have done is we've just gone back to these sites and said, guys, we have an online payment solution. Just stop using this customer transaction. ये आपके लिए एक और convenient चीज़ है, इसको आप plug in करें. The customer, just once he makes a payment, he gets an alert on his phone, he authorizes it, and our systems will send out a notification to your system saying that the payment has been completed. There's no back and forth or manual process that needs to happen. Your systems will have an automatic, and then of course we've added to that. So EasyPay today has 3 payment mechanisms. You can pay from your mobile account. There are about 7 million plus mobile accounts in the country, which makes us one of the biggest financial institutions. You can pay from any of the easypaisa shops. Compared to the 11,000 bank branches, 65,000 easypaisa shops, huge convenience. Or you can pay from any Visa or MasterCard, and that's primarily because a lot of customers a lot of e-commerce merchants who came to us said that our clientele prefers to pay on Visa and MasterCard because it's the default option and the most recognized option. We said fine, and we'll continue adding more payment options as we get our requirements from our merchants. इस वक्त we have most of the top 20 e-commerce merchants on board. Some of the most prominent ones are homeshopping.pk. This is one of the big ones in Pakistan. We have Park Wheels also collecting their payments through us. We have Dawai.pk on board as well. We have Tofe.com, and Tofe has a couple of subsidiaries as well. They're also collecting payments through us. And then we are in discussions with a lot of the other big brand names, and they'll be coming on board shortly.